Welcome back, legends. Today's episode is pure heroic madness. We're stepping into the Hero Association where heroes are giving it their all. And Saitama's just trying not to get bored. Alright, let's roll into the Ultimate Master, a City Hero Association headquarters. The episode begins with a towering skyscraper standing tall against the skyline. This is the headquarters of the Hero Association. Inside, a meeting begins. Then it's settled. Mumin Rider keeps his rank as top of C-class. Understood. We'll notify him. Good grief. He doesn't have any desire to move up to B-class. Does he? This brings us to the next topic on our agenda. The Hero Qualification Test. We have the total number of examinees. Please, a total of 11,684 examinees at 6 different test venues, exceeding our previous exam by 22%. Hearing the percentage, everyone in the meeting is shocked. One of them speaks up and says, "This is no reason to be delighted. If more applicants means a drop in the quality of our heroes, then it comes to nothing. We have to be more strict with our assessment. Also, I have information that the person in question was an examinee. True, although we aren't certain yet, but there's a big chance it's him. Special skills incineration. Reason for applying apprenticeship." Then the scene shifts. A large crowd has gathered in one place. People are being managed carefully, with voices instructing them to stay in line and maintain discipline. Hero Qualification Test, the 6th venue. Attention! All examinees must line up into rows for registration. The camera rises, revealing a vast area filled with candidates everywhere. The atmosphere is charged with energy. Multiple challenges and games are underway, each testing strength, speed, and skill. Among the sea of determined faces, one figure stands out. Saitama. Bald, expressionless, yet carrying a perfectly sculpted physique, calm and unfazed, he stands there like he does not belong, yet somehow like he's exactly where he needs to be. A few people standing behind begin to laugh quietly after looking at Saitama, not taking him seriously. Now the moment has arrived for Saitama's trials to commence. I shall remain silent here off script for the time being. Next is jumping from side to side for 30 seconds. Ready. Go. As soon as Saitama says go, he jumps with such speed that everyone is left amazed watching him. Next is the 100-meter race. Go. Saitama runs so fast that where everyone else can run once, he runs twice without getting tired. Next is lifting weights. Saitama lifts the barbell easily as if it is made of silk thread. Next is ball throwing. Even with a light throw, he puts so much force that the ball hits the ceiling straight and falls down. Next is the high jump. He makes a small jump, but his head reaches beyond the ceiling. Next is hitting the mole. He hits perfectly so many times that even the machine is surprised how it works. Next is punching. In my opinion, this went wrong with the machine. As soon as he punches lightly, the machine crashes straight into the wall and breaks. Seeing all this, those who were once laughing at Saitama now stand confused and disappointed. One of them mutters, "I'm going home," and starts to walk away. Then the camera shifts and the screen fades into the title. Episode name: The Ultimate Master. The scene changes again to a crowded changing room, where several people have returned after finishing their test. And we see Saitama as someone passes through the frame, and then Saitama says, "Ah, I finally finished all the tests. And now I wait for the results." Genos approaches from behind calling out, and Saitama turns to look back and says, "Hey, you done too?" "Yes. Is there a point in you taking a fitness test?" "What? I thought you could simply submit your own data." "Anyway, so how's it?" Both written and physical exams were absolutely worthless. "I know, right? It was too easy, being a test for heroes. The results are almost out. The passing mark is 70%. Given how easy the written exam was, we'll surely get perfect scores. That leaves us with the fitness exam. But I'm sure both of us passed it with marks to spare." 1 hour later, I got 100. "Seriously?" "Yes. It says you're qualified for an S-Class hero. S-Class? What's that? Class and rankings are meaningless. How did you do, Master? Oh, this letter means I'm also S-Class. This is no surprise. Huh? And the font size on your certificate is even bigger than mine. I expected nothing less. Master. By the way, what did they ask you at the interview? Interview? Yes. This will be your last question. Genos, do you recognize this building? We've been secretly investigating an organization called House of Evolution as they were considered threatening. But just as we finally located their whereabouts, it was completely destroyed, leaving no trace, with some overwhelming firepower. Are you the person responsible for this? Yes, I am. What's your problem? S-Class. I see. Then the frame dissolves from the interview to the present and Genos says, maybe they thought they didn't need to go through the trouble of interviewing you. Master? Because I'm merely a C-Class with a score of 71 points. Oh, I see. Which means I mistook the upper part of the letter C for the letter S. Stop analyzing it. This has to be a mistake. I'll file a direct complaint to whoever is responsible. No, don't. You'll embarrass me. The frame shifts and a voice echoes through the speaker, making an announcement. Mr. Genos and Mr. Saitama, there will be a seminar for successful candidates at 4 p.m. Please proceed to hall number 3. For starters, let's go to that thing. All that matters is we did pass. Let's get this over with and go home. The camera shifts, showing a crowd of people, a shoot taking place, and one person, the Amai Mask, engaged in a phone call. We found the cyborg in question. I heard. Considering his track record, we've decided to qualify him for S-Class as an exception. I thought I should let you know, Mr. Sweet Mask, just in case. Yes, agreed. Genos. The camera shifts with a touch of dramatic music, revealing Genos, Saitama, and Snakebite Sneck inside a classroom where Saitama is quietly chewing as he listens to Sneck speaking. Hall 3. Congratulations on your success. For one of you, this was a bit of a fluke. So you have to work hard not to waste your luck. But don't get excited just yet. From now on, be well aware of your status as heroes. And consider your every move. Your photos will be out in the open on the association's website. Saitama is blowing a bubble with his chewing gum as Sneck continues speaking, and then Sneck angrily says, TSK, are you even listening? That stupid face of yours will be out to the whole world. So if you didn't want to embarrass yourselves, then Snakebite leaps onto the table and begins to move across it. Aim at becoming a fine hero like myself. After these words, all three appear in the frame, and Saitama keeps expanding the bubble until it reaches its limit and bursts, and Genos says, Master, once you become an A-class hero, you start to have a little influence over the association. Act irresponsibly, and I'll make sure to bring down your rank myself. Remember this. Saitama, with a burst bubble hanging from his face, is lost in thought. What should I have for dinner? Then the camera shifts to both of them walking as Genos is speaking. It wasn't until 3 years ago that professional heroes started to rise. Only 3 years ago, when the grandchild of the multi-millionaire Agoni was attacked by a monster. He was saved by a passerby. That was when Agoni came up with this idea after hearing about what happened. As it seems, he founded the association from his personal funds. It was such a boring seminar. Anyhow, we're now officially the newest heroes. To be introduced to the whole world, we can now keep up the good work with our heads held high. Then Genos stops and says, Master Saitama turns to look back at. I'm officially your disciple now, aren't I? Oh, now, will you excuse me for today? Yeah, see ya. Then Genos starts to walk away and Saitama watches him thinking, crap. I probably shouldn't have easily promised to take him in. Especially that guy. Main office, those two newcomers. Did they really pass? They had a terrible attitude. I'm an A-class hero ranked 30th. And they didn't seem to have any idea who I was. Or any idea how strict our world is, for that matter. complete amateurs. They'll get themselves killed in no time. No, take Genos for instance. He got perfect scores on both his written and physical exams and was qualified for S-class instantly. He's an exceptional newcomer. And the other one, Saitama. The scores of his essay and written exam were terrible, but he got a perfect score on his physical. He barely got a passing grade, but on almost every activity of our physical exam. He significantly broke the records of the Hero Association Test. His physical strength is divine. Genos already outranked you, Sneck. And Saitama will probably catch up in no time. That guy. So I can get promoted to B class when I'm the top of C class. And then there's A class. And S class tops them all. So I guess Genos's turned out to be really something. Honestly, this doesn't feel like the kind of hero I wanted to become. Saitama stands up sensing some commotion and lets out a hut just as Sneck comes rushing and leaps into the air and lands in style speaking loudly. Let's pick up where we left off at the seminar. In this world, we have a thing called Newcomer Crushing. Lots of us can't afford to be outranked. That's why we crush them before it's too late. Then the frame shows a mountain with Saitama standing there and Genos unlocking his phone and saying, Hero Registry. Yes, I'm ranked S class and you, Master, are ranked C class. And we're both at the bottom of our respective lists. Our names are currently listed as they are, Genos and Saitama. But as we do more heroic acts, we will be given our hero names. Hero names. What are those? They're most likely nicknames for each hero, based on their personal traits. Like me getting the name Blonde Cyborg, for example. Hey, if it goes like that, won't I be called something like the Caped Baldy? Apart from competency ranking, it seems popularity rankings are being registered as well. Some heroes even have their own fan clubs. Well, that doesn't matter anyway. Thank you for responding to my unreasonable request. Well, I did promise to take you in. Then Saitama walks a short distance, stands still, and asks, how about here? And Genos replies, good. This isn't a real spar though, is it? I intend to make it so. I want you to bring out all you got. So I too intend to fight with all I got. Genos prepared himself for the attack. From every part of his body a heat, like flowing lava, began to rise. Please Master, grant my request. As these words echoed, the camera turned towards Saitama and then shifted slightly to reveal Genos. With both hands, he engaged his jets at full force and shot through the air towards Saitama. Saitama observed calmly and moved aside. Genos twisted midair and attempted another strike. Saitama continued watching carefully as Genos circled around him again and again, trying to attack. Genos rose higher into the sky and went for a powerful kick. Saitama moved slightly aside and the kick struck the ground. Stones burst in every direction. Saitama remained in the air when suddenly a blazing fire beam erupted from below and struck him. A massive explosion followed. Flames spread across the ground and smoke curled into the air. Amid the destruction, Saitama landed and spoke. That was close. My clothes were about to get burnt again. With renewed energy, he added. Not enough. I need more speed. He placed his hand on the ground and sparks of lightning flashed all around. Before Genos could attack, Saitama moved away. Genos launched his strike and both of them clashed in the air. Genos attempted strike after strike while Saitama effortlessly dodged each one. Saitama appeared directly in front of Genos midair. Genos unleashed a flurry of punches without pause. Stones shattered and fragments flew everywhere until Saitama disappeared into the rubble. He is gone. Genos watched closely as broken pieces of rock slowly fell. Have I been chasing his after image that whole time? He turned his head and began scanning with his eyes, searching for Saitama. Within the scan, Saitama appeared, sprinting at incredible speed. There he is. Genos flew forward and landed in front of Saitama. From his arms, he released every weapon and prepared to fire. Incinerate. A fierce storm of fire erupted towards Saitama. I have got him this time. This way Master will start taking me more seriously, and at that moment a hand tapped lightly on his shoulder. It was Saitama standing right behind him. Behind me. Okay, I win. Shocked Genos spun and threw a punch, but Saitama leapt away once again, dodging with ease. Genos looked back and said, Master. Saitama replied, Yes, Genos continued, Have you forgotten the rules of this spar? Avoidable attacks must be avoided. To be serious and not to mess around. Not to hold back on my account. And last but not least, to keep going until I'm in no condition to fight. This fight will probably be my chance to find out the secret of that genuine strength he has, that even he's unable to explain. I do not need your sympathy. Saitama planted his feet firmly, preparing himself for the strike. In the blink of an eye, he appeared behind Genos. Master. What? The word die appears across the screen. Saitama's punch lands beside Genos with such force that in the very next moment, the outcome was about to be revealed. But instead Saitama gently taps Genos on the forehead and says, I am hungry. Time to eat. Let's get some udon noodles. Let's go. I'm ready to do whatever it takes to become stronger. However, I cannot picture myself ever approaching Master's strength. Ever. We come from different worlds. Saitama paused and turned back to Genos and said, What's wrong? Don't you like udon noodles? The scene transitions to a dimly lit parking area where two cars stand side by side. A faint conversation echoes as Amai Mask comes into view, standing near one of the cars, engaged in a phone call. Yes, so you know where he is. Thanks, I'll be there immediately. No need to worry. I'll only tell him what he needs to know to prepare himself for this business. The scene transitions to a shop where Saitama speaks. I'm glad you don't hate udon noodles. Yes, I don't have any preferences. Well, it also has to do with me being penniless right now. Let's have another contest, Genos. Super spicy huge Udo bucket challenge prize, yen penalty yen. Everyone watches in astonishment. And among them a girl, gazing intently, says, Can you believe him? Seriously, what a fine boy. No way. Genos finishes an entire bucket of noodles and then asks, Is that it? You're amazing. The door slides open and the chef says, Welcome to our. He walks towards them and after a couple of steps says, It's Genos, isn't it? I'm Sweet Mask, the top of a class. I need to talk to you. Top of a class. It's Sweet Mask. How sweet. Talk. Could be that Newcomer Crushing thing. Careful, Genos. I see. Please wait for me here, Master. Very well, I was just thinking of a way to work off my meal. Amai smiles, and the scene shifts outside where both of them come into view and begin their conversation. I heard you were qualified for S class as an exception. Even though, what's your problem? I wonder if he's alright. The door slides open and Saitama looks toward it. Genos enters the room, slides the door shut. Then he came to his seat and Saitama says, Is it done already? Yes. You really are an S class. You even have the top of a class stepping up to try and crush you. No. It wasn't Newcomer Crushing. Then why was he here? Long story short, he welcomed me in. How really? Excuse me. Are you friends with Mr. Sweet Mask? May I shake your hand? Thank you so much. May I too, please? Guess it's expected that S class and C class receive different treatments. Come to think of it, isn't it fraud to accept that money? Welcome gift. You're a cyborg, right? Doesn't matter anyway. Well, we're even one win for each. So far as it goes, we've become professional heroes starting today. Let's keep up the good work. Yes. While walking, Genos drifts into thoughts about his conversation with Amai Mask. A professional hero ought to be a pure symbol of justice at all times. This is my own policy as well, and it applies to you all the more being an S class. Come on, you don't have to look so serious, do you? I did come all the way here just to meet with you. How was your Hero Qualification Test? All the tests were meaningless. It was a waste of my time. If you're here for Newcomer Crushing, just get it over with. You're wasting my time again. It's good that you're hot-blooded. But if you overdo it, you get burnt. I'll pretend I never heard you're criticizing the association. This is all I came here to say. Welcome to the association. I expect a lot from you, Genos. Amai Mask was leaving as the scene gently dissolved. The camera faded to the present, showing Genos and Saitama walking across a bridge. Genos came to a stop and said, "Master, I'll come by later." "Oh, alright. See ya." "Yes, excuse me." Both of them walk in different directions as the camera fades, revealing the cityscape. A tall building comes into view where Amai Mask stands against the strong wind and says, "It was a waste of my time then. Such an interesting guy." With those words, the episode begins to come to an end. After it fades out, Saitama's voice is heard. "Is that what you meant when you said, 'I will come by later'?" Saitama appears carrying a large bag. "Yes, I went home to pack." "Can I live here?" "Oh, no way." Genos places a thick bundle of cash on the table with a firm sound. "I will pay rent." Saitama looks at it, thinks for a moment, and then asks, "Did you bring a toothbrush?" Genos replies, "I did."
Next episode, The Terrifying City. This is Sneck, ranked 38th in A class. Some people mistake my name for Snack, but it is Sneck, so do not get it wrong. Coming up next, the 6th episode of One Punch Man, The Terrifying City. We still have plenty of time. I am well aware of that. In this world, there exists something known as preview crushing.